Hi, and welcome to the Little Back House. My name is Sandra, and I am the owner and artisan behind this channel, where I take furniture and small home decor pieces and upcycle them for my booth inside my existing hair salon. Today we are going to be working on this little tray. This is how it started. It had a giant moose with a dragonfly on its nose, and although he was cute, I needed to upcycle him more into something that would be sellable inside my store. So the first thing I did is I grabbed my chalk paint and I used black cherry and 1987. I misted my brush with a little bit of water just to kind of make it glide. Okay, so I start covering with the black cherry and a little bit of water just to get a nice blended effect. I'm going to be blending this with the 1987, so right now I'm just kind of deciding on the color placement, and then I will get into blending the two colors. So I keep adding just a little bit of water. It's helping me get into the cracks and crevices, and this first coat isn't really for full coverage, it's more for just color placement. So that's what I'm doing here, and I like using the chalk paint on my smalls just because it has really good coverage. A lot of times pieces that I'm upcycling have graphics and things like this underneath. If it was raised, I would have pre-sanded some of it off, but it was really flat, almost like a picture that was on there, so it was pretty easy to cover up. So next I'm going to get the color 1987, and again I'm going to mist my brush and I'm going to pick up some of that color and place that next to it and start blending the two colors together. And I will continue to do that just with the two paint colors and water. And then I pick up one small brush that's kind of like a neutral brush. I don't put any paint on it. I just kind of wet it and use it for blending, and you'll see that in a few minutes. So I like the color placement, and here's that brush that I was telling you about with just a little bit of water. I start to blend the two colors, and then I keep a towel right next to me where I just kind of wipe the brush clean and I just continue to blend. And I will be adding and wiping and just kind of going over it until I like it. There's no right way or wrong way. I say just do it till you like it, and it will turn out nicely. There I am, just kind of wiping that brush off, and then I put it on fast speed just to kind of get to blending. So I like the way that it looks, and I'm taking my heat gun and I'm just going to dry this real quick, which again, that's what I love about chalk paint, is it dries so fast and it has really good coverage. After that, I'm going to give it a second coat since I am liking the color placement and where I have it. I want this to just look spring and fresh, and maybe something, Mother's Day would be a good gift. If not, it just makes a nice spring accent piece in your home. So that's what I'm doing. I just put it on fast speed. I gave it a second coat and blended those two colors and get it ready for a transfer. Okay, so now it's all dry and ready. I have this scrap piece of a transfer left over, and I just start cutting it up, and I'm putting that right between the two colors just to kind of, again, blend the two colors together. And I really like this transfer. I didn't post the cover of the transfer to give you the name of it, but I will try and link it at the bottom. I think I still have the tube. I think it's a dark floral is what it's called. And like I said, they're just scrap pieces that I have left over. So here I am just cutting and putting them together and just kind of completing my own little pattern of the way that I like it. And this is a really good project to use scraps with. I always save little pieces. I don't toss them because when I do smalls like this, they come in really, really handy. So if you have small pieces left over from a previous project, something small like this, it works really nicely with. And don't be afraid to cut them up and just make your own design. They don't have to be exactly how they are on the tube. You can create your own look and your own design with these. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with it here, and I think they are looking good. I love the scallop on this tray. That's what attracted me to it to begin with. It was not that mousse, believe it or not. So it was the scalloped edge. So I'm going to add some of my gilding glue and a little bit of my gold leaf foil from Redesign with Prima. And I'm going to start applying that all along the edge, and I think that'll make that scallop just pop and just take this tray to another level. So I think it turns out real pretty. You want to put your gilding glue down. Now I do have it on fast speed, so it's not going to go this fast. You just wait a few minutes, it becomes tacky, and then you start laying down your gold leaf paper or foil. And then I just keep going along that edge, and I just keep adding that gilding glue. It's very, very tacky, so wherever you touch it, that gold foil will stick. As you can see, it's sticking to my fingers. I keep a little wet wipe there and a little towel just because this stuff is sticky. So if you get any of that glue on your fingertips at all, it's gonna stick. So just be ready to wipe that off if it bothers you. I wanna keep my fingers nice and clean. Once it starts drying and I realized there it wasn't dry enough, I was going to start taking off the excess, but I thought, oh, I better wait because it started to come off. So I'm going to continue to go around and finish getting that gold leaf all the way around before I start flaking off the excess with the dry brush. So that's what I'm doing here. I really love the way this tray is turning out, and this gold leaf is super fun to work with. If you haven't tried it, you can find the paint, supplies, and products on thelittlebackhouse.com. Or come visit me if you are local to the Laverne area. I am inside New Image Salon in Laverne. So here we go. I'm going to take my dry brush and just kind of start flaking off all the excess pieces that didn't stick or I don't want, just so I can kind of see where I'm at. I do get a little bit of like crackling and some of the paint color popping through, but I really like the way it looks. If you don't like that and you want full coverage, just add more of your gilding glue and add more of the gold leaf. I particularly like that look, so I just left it alone. Okay, so once I wipe away those excess pieces, I take my heat gun just to kind of blow away any excess that's just kind of hanging around on that tray, just so I can kind of get a good look of what I'm working with and if I like it or I want to add more. But I ended up liking it just the way that it was, so I don't add any more. But the gold is a little bit bright for me. If you like it like this, perfect, you're done. Just put a sealer on your chalk paint, and I would just use a clear wax. But I decided I wanted to antique that gold a little bit, so I take my Jamie Ray vintage brush, which I love for waxing, and a little bit of my soft dark brown wax from the Real Milk Paint Company, and I just put that right over the gold, and it just kind of tones it down, gives it an antiquing effect, and I really love the gold or even the black wax over the brown or the black over my gold. I just love the way that that looks, and it just tones it down and gives it a really nice antiquing effect. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. I think it looks really pretty, but either way, the bright gold or the antique gold looks really good. And you can kind of see how that's coming out. See how it just kind of tones it down a little bit. I moved my camera because I always have the camera to the side. I'm not sure this is the best view because now it's facing completely down. I was trying to get a better view of the tray, but as you can see, I'm in the photo too, so I'm not sure this is the best angle, so I apologize if that bothers anybody, but that was not my intention. My intention is for the tray. So there we go. So now I'm putting more of the antiquing wax over, and I think it's looking good. I'm really happy with this one. This is the first time I've done a blended color, and then I see people do it all the time on YouTube and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, and I thought, oh, I'm going to try it on a tray. I wasn't daring enough to try it on a piece of furniture yet, but maybe I'll do that next. If you like this kind of video, DIY, upcycle, home decor, please give me a follow, hit that subscribe button, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And then if you'd like to see behind the scenes, live videos, more day-to-day activity, you can follow me over on Instagram. So to seal my paint here on this tray, I'm just putting a clear salve, which will seal that chalk paint right up, and you can go over your transfers with the salve. It won't harm it at all. And I love this. Didn't it come out so good? I think it's so pretty. It's pretty for spring. It's pretty for Mother's Day. I would just use like a piece of parchment paper or something if you wanted to set out cookies or something like that. Or maybe you're going to do a little Mother's Day brunch and you want to put little take-home gifts or something like that on there. It would be perfect to set something like that. But if you're going to do food, I would definitely set down a piece of parchment paper. I'm just going to take a little towel here, an excess towel from the beauty shop. I take all the leftover towels, and I'm just going to wipe off any excess of the salve and just give it a quick wipe down, and then I'm going to let it sit overnight for that salve to cure, and then I'm going to put it out onto the showroom floor. You can find my home decor pieces, again, also under home decor on the website at thelittlebackhouse.com. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have a friend that likes these kind of DIY, please forward this and let them know. I'm going to be having lots of videos popping up. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and have a good day.